are you thankful that you did it? What do you think are like the toppers coming out of this that make you feel like, thank God I did this, or maybe like tips and tricks that possibly that stand out that you're like, I feel like I use this every day.
Well, yeah, of course, I'm glad that we met, that we came together. We were discussing offline before about
That's what I want to get to, is to share that here about that part.
yeah, yes, it was just amazing. I recently made a bar mitzvah for my oldest son, and
In case
I
whoever's
think
listening doesn't know what a bar mitzvah is, because we do have the gift of different cultures. A bar mitzvah is when your son is of 13, and it's a special party to celebrate his adulthood of being a man. So it's a
yeah,
very
and he's also like taking on. It's a celebration, really, of him taking accountability for doing the things that are commanded for us as Jews. So it's very special. And we had a party, and there were so many things leading up to the party, up to the very last night, details that were not going the way that I would have liked to, that I felt that it should have been. And I think before I met Margo, before you and I met, I would have been like freaking out, like, oh my goodness, something's not going my way. I don't like that something's not going my way. I'm going to have a complete meltdown right now because something's not going my way. And I was like, all right, no, it's okay. I got this. Like, if we have one of the items that we needed for the bar mitzvah was until 9:00 at night in New Jersey, and the bar mitzvah was 7:00 the next morning. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to own this. And I got on that phone and I made phone calls. Anybody coming from New Jersey to Brooklyn tonight? And then I found a friend of a friend whose mother lives in Brooklyn who could bring the bag. It took 6 people to get this item from Jersey to New York in time for the bar mitzvah, but we did it.
I'm getting the chills, like even just hearing about that, because it's like this person to that person, and like even to that, it's a lot of people don't believe this, but it's like once you put it out into the universe, it's like what you need, all of a sudden it may not come exactly our way, but it comes. And you said something so important. It should have went away. And that's a big thing that people are kind of like with expectation, and they're shooting all over themselves. I know in our sessions, in our calls, we covered about that a lot. How would you say your growth is about that from like then until now? And is that progressing in a way that you feel like somebody else that possibly if they're experiencing that they should, look, really for help on that part? Because the shooting all over themselves is a big thing, and I know for us, we worked a lot on that.
Yes. I'm so glad that you mentioned it. I think a lot of the shooting came from cultural expectations and everybody's individual upbringing, as well as cultural expectations. And I'm so glad that you and I spoke about that. And to the people listening, it's so important to have that self-awareness, to ask yourself, where is this coming from even? Is this even me who is thinking that? Because I found a lot of times, like, it wasn't even, I would say things like, oh, this should be like this and that should be like that. I'm like, and you would call me out on it, Margo, and I would realize, like, that's not even me talking. That's everybody else.
Everybody else.
That was everybody else. And that was really another like great gift that you gave me, was to have more self-awareness. And self-awareness is exactly that. Self-awareness. Like, listen to your own self and not what everybody else is telling you.